Who did I pick last week? Who did Elena pick for me?
I don't know. We'll find out. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Survivor JJC. My name is Colleen.
My name is Jamie.
And I'm nice to hear. Now get the hell out of here.
Jack is back, everyone. Big props. Thanks to Elena for filling in the last couple of weeks for Jack. She did fantastic.
Thanks, Elena, for not giving me any points. Thank you.
That's true. I did. I told him on Halloween, Elena. I waited until he had like a whole Tootsie Roll or something, and I was like, so bad news. You got 0 points.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. Thanks for filling
Yeah,
in.
you actually asked. You were like, so how did I do? And I was like, You want a beer first? No.
It's okay. I don't care, Elena. It's all right.
But I did say none of us got any points. So, but
that's true. And that my comment, my name was because that's what when Dwight got voted out, he said, "Journey of a lifetime." That's good to hear. Now get out of here.
How was your
get out of here?
How was your trip to Europe?
It was good. There was a lot of good things.
Good.
A lot of good things. It was fun. If you have a chance, go on a Viking cruise. The staff is amazing.
Excellent.
Just amazing. And German hospitals are amazing. And flying back was not amazing, but I'll save that for another day.
Yeah, that's another day.
It shouldn't take you 48 hours to get home, but that's okay.
But that's you did technically get an extra night in a European city that was unplanned. But you had to pay for it. If the airline had put you up in that hotel where you got to spend the night for free in another city and do something there, then that would have been kind of cool.
The problem is you're in a city, but you're at the airport, and the airport is mammoth, and trying to get a straight answer, not knowing how you're getting home still 5 hours later is not fun.
Not great.
No, it's Delta.
But you made it.
Yeah, we made it, and our luggage came back. Arrived Monday. We arrived Saturday day, something like that.
You got here you arrived at 2:00 on Saturday instead of 2:00 on Friday. Yeah.
Right, and then our luggage arrived 4 a.m. Monday morning. It was left at our door.
Yeah.
So, because we had no idea where that was either. So, anyway.
So essentially, what did you learn about yourselves if you actually tried to do the Amazing Race?
You just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient, and you gotta realize, because I should save this for the ramble, but I might save it for the Amazing Race that we're going to catch up on the Amazing. We tried to record the Amazing Race, but the only thing I'll say about Viking Cruise is the Wi-Fi is terrible.
All cruises, the Wi-Fi is terrible. I feel like
you could anytime you were trying to stream something, it literally would take 4 hours to watch. So it was anyway. Then
well, we're glad you're back. We also
good to be back.
Low-key wish Elena was here because she was amazing. She did a great job for you.
She was good stuff.
Thank you again, Elena.
I almost called in sick again tonight, but I said, nope, I'm going to push through it. Because I need points and Elena's not helping me. So I need to push through this.
As long as you dedicate literally every single minute of this show to something, I'm fine with it.
There you go.
Yes. I was going to dedicate the first minute to my cat, but I was a little worried, so I did. I don't really like my cat, so I didn't
going to say, really, Timmy? You hate Timmy.
Yeah. I don't hate Timmy. He's just a pain in the ass. So that's all.
Technically, Timmy's not your cat.
No, but he's here.
He's here. He's literally living in my bedroom nonstop.
He's just a roommate.
He whines all night long. Anyway.
I always forget you have that cat.
I'm not going to dedicate the first minute to Timmy. That's right.
Anyway, all right. Bull in a China Shop. Survivor, episode 7 of season 43. What do we all think? Very, kind of like sad to see Dwight go.
Yeah.
I didn't have him.
He wasn't done any of my winning lists.
Yeah, I don't think he was anyway. Because Ryan's my winner's pick, and I'm like, come on. I don't think Ryan can win at this point, but
I'm really sad that instead of the comment we did get from Jeff when his torch was snuffed, that Jeff did not use that opportunity to say, Bears beats Battleship Galactica. I don't know.
Bears beats Battleship
I mean, how many different lines is there? Like, come on. You know he doesn't like it, so just do it. He's leaving. Just do it.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot, Dwight.
Oh.
You had your chance. Get out of here.
Michael Scott always says to
you're an idiot.
Dwight, you're an idiot.
I'm
not. I own land.
My favorite Michael Scott Dwight moment, and there's so many good ones, and then we can go back to Survivor, is the episode where the GPS has them drive into the lake. It's just that moment. The episode itself is like kind of meh, but like that moment of them driving into the lake is so funny to me because I could see that happening to myself. Anyway,
I actually think of that moment practically anytime I'm listening to our GPS.
Scott is in the chat and he says, well, Ryan's a lame-o, so there's that.
A little bit.
I like Ryan. I do like Ryan.
He's still in the game.
He's still in the game. Zach was convinced that James was going home. I was surprised when the Ryan votes came up, but I honestly, I feel like we've already established that we think Jesse, Jesse and Carla kind of own the game at this point. And when, Jesse originally wanted, and thank you to Elena for pointing this out to me, because my children were very hyped up on Halloween candy while we were watching the episode, where
that is some rock hard candy.
They would not stop chattering nonstop, and I was like, guys, I can't even concentrate on reading the closed captioning because you're so loud right now. You have to go in your rooms or be quiet.
Wait, you're saying the Gladfelder boys are loud?
They're very loud.
That's news to me.
They get that from me. But I don't eat as much candy as they do, and they were hyped up on Halloween.
Well, they wouldn't share any with me.
So Alex had an entire Snickers bar, the big one, and Zachary had a king-size Kit Kat, and they were like, James is going home, and why are they doing this? And oh my god, I can't believe it. Why are they holding the buckets? Oh my god, isn't that heavy? Why is it so heavy? Why would they make it so heavy for them? I just don't understand why it's so heavy. And why is her leg coming off? And I just don't understand. And I was just like, shh.
I think that they sound like very exciting fans to watch the show with.
Yeah, they were. That's a word to describe their enthusiasm.
The key is, Colleen, is to get equally as hyped, and then they get freaked out, and they'll just become quiet. And
that's very true. At one point, I was like, you guys have to stop because I can't listen, and I wasn't taking notes, and Zachary comes over, and he's like, chin to chin with me. He's like, why aren't you typing in your notes? Why aren't you typing? Don't you want to type this? And I was like, yes. Can you leave me alone, please?
Be taking notes right now?
Can I just have 6 inches of space? Because I would love to take notes, but you're literally on top of me, breathing on my cheeks.
Get out of here.
But
I will say this: I've always frowned on people quitting Survivor, and like I said, but I gotta be honest. If I was stuck in that net,
I said the same thing.
Get me the F out of here. Because I can't stand being.
I felt her panic. I felt it internally. I still kind of feel it that.
There were 2 of them, and they were stuck in there, and I'm going, okay, you got to get me out of this net. You got to get me out of this net.
But especially Noelle, her panic, I could feel it. I'm getting chills talking about it. It was actually viscerally panic inducing, so I totally get it. I also would have been please just get me out of here, please. I'll do anything, I'll quit if you just get me out of here. I'll be honest with you,
I know they're trying to do team building there, or have Kumala, whatever it's called, but They should have had someone from staff there cut the damn net so they could get her out of there.
Yeah. It was funny, though, because...
I don't know how long she was in there because we know how much time elapsed, but I was like going, okay, she's stuck. She's stuck. Get her out.
Yeah.
Get her out.
She was in there long enough for Jeff to be in awe of the fact that she took her leg off. And also for Jeff to look at everybody else and say, okay, we're going to get a really great shot of all of her team members helping her out. So I need all of you to come over here and help her out.
Yeah, it was like, that was kind of, actually it was crazy. And thankfully everybody was okay, and she was never truly in danger, which I think, the lowered stakes.
Well,
it was just the higher panic.
It's the panic. I mean, it's
like, I get it. I get it.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't. That's the one thing I
totally
can't do.
Get it. But it was kind of funny that Jeff did that. Hamilton fans, here's your reference. That Jeff kind of was like, "Can we get back to politics?" And
this did give us the opportunity for a really amazing meme that's like one of the split screen memes.
Yeah.
And it's got like Noelle in her net, and like right next to it is the Heidi Klum worm costume.
Dude, Heidi Klum, Queen of Halloween. Like Mariah is Queen of Christmas, Heidi is Queen of Halloween, and that worm
100%.
costume is also terrifying.
I'll be honest, I liked it better I liked her second costume better, but that was
Oh, it was something.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I feel like the challenge was actually a huge part of this episode. Just it was kind of awesome, actually.
It was like almost 40 minutes worth of episode.
We were big fans in this house just because it was different. There was the teamwork. We had the crazy mud.
The bottleneck process of the entire thing, like the different stages, that was great. Not knowing what your challenge was going to be and having to like pick partners, it was great.
Right. I liked how they picked. That was smart how they picked the partners, because nobody wanted to say, "I'll take, such and such," because then you're putting a target on your back. So I thought each member handled it pretty well by saying, "Okay, let's just draw rocks."
Yeah, and that gave them the opportunity to have the very dramatic commercial cut right as they show their rocks. Yes.
So, chat says about the challenge. Elena said they would have had to cut me out of that net. I still feel that panic. Gott says, "Oh, Jack is back."
Oh, good. Gott's in the chat. Yay.
Scott says, it was the rare challenge that I wanted to pay attention to. And then he also continues that it was a great idea. Kudos for them coming up with that. Yeah, it was a really
It was something new, something.
Yeah, it was fun.
Seen before.
Yeah,
they're on top of it this year, man. They're giving us some new stuff to look at
that we don't want to scream at.
Yeah, it's great.
I was sad because Carla probably would have. It was Carla, and who was her partner? Who was her partner on the? Because she fell off. She fell off.
Oh, shoot.
I don't remember.
But whoever they probably would have been the other two.
Yes. Oh my God. I picture her falling, and I can't. Cassidy. It was Cassidy.
Yeah.
Cassidy. Okay. Yep. Yeah, they probably would have.
Cassidy flew through her net. She figured that out right quick.
Yes.
Carla struggled a little bit, but she got through it, and they were doing a much better. Who was it? Ryan was Ryan and James.
Ryan and Jesse were struggling in the net too.
Yeah, Jesse. Well, he goes.
Dwight
go
too.
Forward on the plank. To what? There was no. There was no other plank in front of him. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Okay, so I was talking to Lane about this while the episode was going on, and does Cody remind anybody else of like a weirdo version of Tony?
Oh yeah,
like he's kind of like Tony with that energy, but he's also just kind of
since day one. I've
weirder.
Expected him to go and build, a spy hut and. Start. Well, when they had to get the beads and the way he was talking to him about the beads, like I was just having flashes of Tony with the fire tokens. Yeah, Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like he keeps wanting to play the game, and nobody else is really playing the game.
Except Gabler, apparently, in his own
Gabler,
way.
but in his own way. But it seems like he always goes, "Yeah, I'm ready." He's like ready to play, but he's keeping himself from going out and leading the way. Because like you said, Jesse and
Carla.
Them names today. Carla, they're leading the way, but they're not being in people's faces.
Right.
Kind of like Noel's going, yeah, I want that person out. I need that person. We're going to get that person out.
And I think that they are actually controlling a lot of it from more behind the scenes, which, from what we're seeing, because Jesse was the only one at Tribal Council today that he was like, yeah, I'm at a 9 that this is going my way. And we only saw that one scene, but then we saw, you know, the confusion over, like, you know, do we take out James? Do we take out Noel? Do we take out Dwight? Do we, like, who do we take out? And Owen or whatever. And then we have or Ryan, rather, I'm sorry. We have the whole, like, musical chairs of idols going around, which I guess musical chairs isn't. Yeah. They said musical chairs, but that's not the right. It's kind of like a hot potato of idols.
Yeah, because it was
hot potatoes are better.
Yeah,
because it was a straight up swap. Like they had like tribes swapping idols practically. But I have to say, with Jesse and Carla and their finger on the pulse of what's going on, all the way down to the point when, they were adamant that Noelle was dangerous and this was their time to get rid of her. But as soon as they realized that Cody was like not 100% about it and started mentioning Dwight, they were both able to lean into that, knowing that it was still going to weaken Noelle's game.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yes.
And then also give them leverage with Cody. So when you have these players that can go in and not be front and center making decisions, being in the background, and not only like making decisions, but giving other players the feeling of authority, like they're the ones doing it. Those are always the ones that like sneak right into Final Four.
Yeah.
Did Dwight still have the idol, or did he?
Yes.
Did he give
it? Unless he got
voted out. But he left with the idol.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna go back to her, but. Whoops, sorry, Janine.
Because I was sitting there thinking, I go, wait,
because Janine gave her idol to Dwight, and Noelle gave hers to Owen.
Yeah. So when Dwight was voted out, I didn't see him go, okay, here's your idol back.
That's a good point. He had possession of it. Oh, that's why Janine looks so destroyed again at Tribal Council. I just thought, like, she lost another friend, but you're right. She lost her idol. Oh, poor Janine.
Rough go of it. Yeah.
She lost who she was, aligned with at that point, and she also lost her idol, because I'm assuming the idol goes back into play.
It has to go with the person that left, right?
Because he was in possession of the idol when he was voted out.
Yeah.
Scott says in the chat she kept putting her hand out forward, but we never saw him give it to her.
Yeah, because didn't he say, I see you? He said something like that, right? Like, I see you, or...
Sherry asked in the chat, if you were on Survivor, would you give away your idol to someone? I can understand, because it worked out the last 2 seasons with a knowledge is power, giving the idol to someone else. Was it Xander gave his to Evie?
Yeah.
And then last season, someone did the same, and I'm super blanking. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible Survivor fan. But like it worked out 2 years in a row.
For me, I would only want an idol that no one ever didn't know about.
Yeah.
So if I had an idol and it was, I found it. No, it wasn't one of those things where you find it and you got to do all the different crap. I said I would tell nobody. Nobody would know I had an idol.
Yeah. So I can understand the game move, but also like clearly they misplayed it because nobody thought like, oh, what happens if the player that I give my idol to is the one that goes home?
Now, here's a question. Okay, so in Australia's last season of Survivor, spoiler alert, it's been almost a year now. So the winner of last season's Australia had like 4 different idols throughout the game and literally left them at camp at every single tribal until the one that they needed. And so anytime something like this was going to happen, they would have been scot-free. So I'm wondering if the same rules would apply in this version. If they left their idol at camp, then they technically do not have an idol at tribal.
Right.
To be taken if they're asked.
Probably a better way to play that, I guess. If the rules, but don't forget, have we established that this American Survivor, it's kind of like producers are kind of like, you know, play as you go along. Let's see what's best for TV.
Right. So I'm just wondering if that's the rules, like, because we have had players in the past, right, that have had an idol and then they go bury it somewhere. Like, they won't keep it on their selves or in their bag. So I'm wondering if it's not on you when you're at tribal, you could say, like, no, I don't have an idol. I don't know. Somebody needs to look in the rule books. Somebody let us know.
Yeah. Are there rules?
Somebody at a watch party. Talk to somebody who knows.
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. What did you guys think about Gabler basically trying to, like, you know, out-talk his opponents during...
He, like, Casey case him and dedicate all of the hits.
He truly did, and I was so confused at first. I was like, wait, who was in the Baton Death March? And then, like, I looked it up, and I was like, okay, this is based on, like, Japanese American... or the Bataan Death March, the World War II, like, Imperial Japanese Army, and prisoners of war. I was like, okay, what are the odds that, like, he's related to someone? And then I realized, oh, he's talking about patience, because he kept going.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, if it had been anyone else but Gabler, I would feel like, oh, they've cracked the code on how to get the most screen time.
But, like, dude, okay, he's so, yes, Lester, as Elena reminded me in the chat, he was talking about Lester's march. But, like, he is, like, the Debbie of this season, except instead of talking about jobs, he was just shouting at veterans he knew.
And his dog?
Well, probably working in a hospital, he probably deals with a lot
exactly,
of people.
Especially because he's doing heart patients, and, you know, those tend to be older. So, of course, those are the people he's going to come into contact with.
Right.
But I just thought that it was really cool that, like, you know, really cool and fun in a way, you know what I mean?
And what a sad story. It was bad enough to be on that death march, but also he comes back and his wife is remarried.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's moved on. He's like, okay, I survived this thing that a lot of people died.
Yeah.
And I come back, and my family said, oh, well, we waited.
I know, that's so crazy. And meanwhile, Cody was just trying to, like, avenge high school from 30 years ago or whatever.
Like a wrestling match? What?
Well, he could have gone to states.
I used that for Zach tonight. I was like, so high school might seem important, but it's 4 years out of hopefully, like, you know, 100 years of your life. So don't live the other 96 years for high school.
Yeah. Now, if this had been Sammy in Cody's place, then he'd be like, okay, that was like last year. So legit.
Speaking of Sammy is so wise and, like, just continues to impress with his knowledge for, you know, sounding so much older than his age. Like, kudos to Sammy.
He's probably really in his 30s.
Right? Like, he's lying to Survivor when he says he's 19.
Yeah. He's not 22 even. He's 30.
We need to cut him open and count the rings, because I think he's older than what he is.
Yeah, like, Sammy is very mature and, you know, very well-spoken for being 19. I was not that well-spoken at 29 versus 19.
Who wants to hold a bucket?
Yeah, I'm not even well-spoken enough like Sammy is now at 38. So,
and he's like, he's the one who works at the pet crematorium, right? Like, he's
right.
What an odd job to have at that age.
But clearly he's, you know, compassionate enough to and emotionally intelligent enough to have such a job, I guess. Yeah. Really like Sammy. I hope that he is you know, I don't know if he's going to win this season, but I do hope we see Sammy in future seasons as he matures more, because he is a really, you know, he seems like a cool dude that I would enjoy seeing again.
But even his answers, when Jeff asks him a question, he answers it
Yeah.
You know, he's not like, well, you know.
Definitely. Survivor savvy.
He doesn't sound like a kid.
Miami Mike in the chat says, Sammy sounds like a wise 23-year-old.
He does, doesn't he? He truly does.
Yeah, you're right. What did you think about the whole scene with the water bottle or the advantage in the well, where it was James that found it?
Like, who put their dirty water bottle in here in our water? That'd be my first thing. It's like, gross.
I know. I would have thought the same thing, and I would have been like, ew.
Litter in my well?
I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't be the one to pull it out. That's how you can have it. Again, I don't want an advantage that other people know about.
Yeah, well, like 1, 2, 3, not it. Yeah.
Exactly. But so if you're him, you find the advantage, and it's the knowledge is power. Do you tell everyone you have it, or do you keep it secret? No. I feel like if everyone knows you have an advantage.
Well, he didn't have a choice because everyone went around
saw
and said,
it, right?
James found it. Yeah, everyone told on James. Everyone knew about it.
Do you try to outplay them by being like, yeah, guys, I have this advantage? Or do you try to outplay them by being like, yeah, I have a different advantage. It's an idol. It's a this and that. Because we also have established that clearly people on this season are super okay with going through people's bags. So
yeah,
is it,
or do you like make sure you're not caught getting it and then just be like, well, where is it? Who has it? Did you take it? And like put all the sus activity on one of the other guys that was standing at the well.
You'd have to do something like that, but they all were pretty clear about James had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
I said, you know what? I'm just going to take the water. I'm going to leave it here. I just would have left it there.
So Scott said, I thought it was a bottle of pee for a second. I have no idea why it occurred to me. And Sherry follows up with, I was thinking the same thing about the bottle in the well. Gross.
It was gross.
Yeah.
But I would. They said, well, there were 3 or 4 of them there, right?
Yeah. There was like 4 of them standing around. Yeah. It wasn't hidden. It was like the opposite of like hiding an idol under your pillow.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a group alliance where you could have at least worked it, somehow.
Yeah.
No.
So there's no way I take that bottle.
Mm-mm. And then he tells everybody that he has it. So clearly it worked in his favor at the end of everything because they all went swappity swap with the idols. One got flushed out potentially.
Yeah.
And he's still sitting there.
But also, okay, so you say you don't take it, but then somebody else has taken it. Can you live with knowing somebody else might have an advantage over you that you didn't take? Because it's not it didn't say beware on it like the beware advantages do.
But it's one of those it's one of those advantages like how many times has it worked?
Yeah. Right. And
especially when everybody knows you have it. It's like
everybody knows he has it. Anybody who didn't know found out within like 13 seconds because that was the talk of the town.
If it's an idol and everyone, it turned out to be an idol and everyone.
They've seen it 2 seasons. They mentioned the last 2 seasons did this. So
yeah, if it's an idol that I have, if I would have say it's an idol, and everyone knew I had it, I said, I'm going to play the idol this week. Don't vote for me. And I put it down just to get the idol out of there.
Yep. Just to, flesh it your own self. Yep.
Yeah. I found it. I don't want it.
It can give you, a week of safety and just take the week and then like get that monkey off your back. Because if you're walking around with this, you're always going to be paranoid that that's going to be what sends you home. Yeah.
And he didn't even. It's probably smart not to use it tonight because he built some trust, but he's got it. I don't know.
Well, also, how could he use it when everybody has swapped it around and he has to have some kind of idea that everyone swapped it around, right? Like,
right.
It was kind of, camp-wide spread. Like, you've got to, I don't know, go off and take like a really long dump or like bath in the water to not know that everyone's passing them to each other.
Well, I feel like he's at least intelligent in the game enough to know that the second he tells them that he has it, that whoever he's telling may have an idol and is going to go trade it have someone else hold it.
Right.
You just have to know that when you're admitting you have it, that I mean, the best you can do is make sure that everyone's scurrying and keep your fingers crossed that they don't call your name out of that jar.
Or you say, or you know somebody in your alliance. Say, okay, I know you don't have an idol. I'm going to ask you to have an idol just so I can get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
So, hey, Bob, do you have an idol? No. Damn, I do have one. I was lying.
Yeah, because then there's like no repercussion to you potentially,
right?
As long as no one's all like, "We're going to have him do this and then vote him out."
Yeah, exactly.
So, going to the hot potato idol, when they're deciding who to take out, and we, have a conversation about, do we take out Noelle? Oh, okay, Cody wants to go for Dwight. And Jesse has the quote, do we take out James tonight, who's the easy vote, or do we take out Dwight? And then he says something like, legends are made, or else you flame out. And I feel like that was either his fallen angel quote or his winner's quote. Thoughts?
Yeah. From where he's sitting right now, I feel good about all the moves that he made tonight. But also, when you have someone that is making such good moves, there's got to whoever he's working with has got to see them too, right? Like somebody's
which is probably Carla.
Yes,
he's got
that's
Carla,
my thoughts too.
and they're like the Berkeley twins. I cannot see them going against each other at this point in the game. But Cody, maybe he would.
Oh, Cody, Carla, and Jesse are going to have to come for each other at some point.
Yeah,
there's no way they're a final three pair. Like, there's just no way.
I feel like Owen is savvy enough in the happenings of the group that he could maybe spot Jesse as being the threat he is in the social game and the understanding of the game. And Sammy, for that matter, too, could get his sights set on Jesse. So from where he's sitting, he looks excellent, but that could make him like a prime target.
I think it depends on Carla. It's when does Carla turn on Jesse?
Yeah.
Because I think Carla can win this game. Not that Jesse can't, but I think that she would. I think she would turn on Jesse first.
I kind of am inclined to agree. Yeah. I think that she could do it easier than, like, I'm sure, like, it's one of those situations. It's like the Shannon Ricard, like, one of them's gonna have to flip on the other person who's savvy enough and has enough guts to like remove emotion from the relationship, and just see the writing in the sand. So yeah, I think it'd be Carla.
Yeah, I agree. Scott agrees with us about Carla being able to win this game. Sherry says, if I had that advantage and people knew, I would say I'm giving it to someone tonight before Tribal, just to stir the pot. And then Elena says, can Cody see Carla and Jesse coming? He's strong and fun to watch, but is he savvy?
I think he is.
I think he is. I would say that... Go ahead.
Again, he wants to play the game, but he's holding back on playing the game. He wants to be very aggressive, and he keeps going, okay, all right, people are going to start playing the game. And he goes, all right, we're not playing the game. He's toning his game down. I
think episode 1, Cody, I wouldn't say he was savvy, but episode 7, Cody, I've come around. Where Cody is a much more fun player than I thought him and his butt tattoo were going to be.
I thought it was him in the beginning when who was stepping on the crabs or in the crab, and they said he has so much energy. I go, it's got to be Cody. And then they showed Cody sitting down. I go, well, who was it? Do we know who it was? The one running in the water?
Oh, I thought it was Cody.
Well, then they showed Cody sitting down like the second later.
You weren't paying very good attention.
Okay.
Well, maybe it was, and they just did like an overdub kind of thing where there were 2 different shots and they edited it together to make it seem like.
All right, fine. I don't care.
All right, let's get in. Any last thoughts? Otherwise, we can get into our tally the votes.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see who I picked last week.
Who you picked. My last thought on all of this in the Tribal is that Jeff's Jaws reference was horribly misplaced, inaccurate, and not.
Yeah, that was going to be my name. I didn't get it. He goes, so it's like Jaws, and they all went. Yeah,
like,
good answer. Yeah. It's like the bad answer on Family Feud. Good answer, Jeff. Good answer. Yes, broccoli was the Yes. Yes.
Like,
Jeff.
you guys, Jeff has a clue. He just said the weird statement.
He was on Saturday Night Live
He's got
last
the
week,
idol.
so he's moved up.
He's flying
Did you see him?
high.
You see him on Saturday Night Live last week? I said,
Yes.
man, Jeff, you should have brought your makeup team with you. You look kind of old.
That's right.
He just because he didn't have that orange darkness around him. You know, that he has the proper lighting.
He didn't have the filter he usually does. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I totally forgot that was last week. It feels like it was 3 weeks ago, to be honest.
It's been one.
Were you guys surprised that it ended up being Dwight? Because honestly, as soon as Jesse said, you know, we gotta, you know, be a legend or flame out, take out Dwight, I was like, that's it. Dwight's going home.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
No, I wasn't shocked.
Yeah, as soon as Jesse was like, yep, we're going to make sure that Cody feels like he has leverage, like Dwight's fine. Like, that will work. I'm like, yeah, Dwight's gone.
I was a little nervous for Ryan, though. I was like, oh my God, like, where did these Ryan votes come from?
Yeah,
and then
the Ryan thing surprised me a little bit. Like, I didn't, like,
I thought it was
going
to be,
Ryan?
Yeah, I thought those Ryan votes, maybe one for Ryan as in case somebody played a shot in the dark or whatever.
Like a backup.
Yes,
Dwight,
but that he had more than James, I was surprised. But.
Yeah. James was like,
yeah, yes. and poor Sammy was like, everyone was like, I'm at an 8 or a 9, maybe like an 8.5 or a 7.347625, but like I'm good. And Sammy's just out there being like, yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, right. I'm smart enough to be a little worried, and you should be.
And Gabler said, I'm a 7. I'm a 7. I don't think I'm going home tonight.
I like Gabler too. Yeah, Gabler's like, I don't think I'm going home. I mean, they might be able to like nullify this necklace somehow.
Yeah. No, you have to like Gabler. He didn't move on that challenge.
No.
I like Gabler a lot. Like as a character, I like him. He's kind of like the female Debbie, but like just different.
He's not Debbie. Come on. No.
Debbie is a unique character.
Yeah, and yes,
no.
Gabler has had the same job for decades, apparently, for a long time.
He is like a very low key. How do I say this? Like, he is a much lower key on the level of cuckoo bananas. Like, he's lower on the cuckoo, but he's a little cuckoo bananas.
Because if Debbie was on this season, she was. Oh yeah, I was a heart surgeon also.
Yeah. After every dedication, she would say that she also did that thing, whatever the person did she was dedicating to. Yeah. Yes.
I did the Death March. Yes, that was me. I was there. I wasn't. That was in a previous life, but I was on that march.
Oh.
I was reincarnated into a model.
Oh my God! Yeah, right. I was reincarnated into a heart surgeon the following year.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's got gumption and he's got heart and he has the willpower to push. So good for him. I'm okay with Gabler.
And you know what?
Like a good guy.
The oldest person on the tribe was the first person to win individual immunity. So
yeah, get it, dude.
#, Team Olds.
Yeah.
I'm
not 22 anymore.
All right.
He hasn't said that for a while, has he? I'm like 50 years older than everyone out here.
He doesn't need to. It's just generally understood at this point. All right. Moving into some feedback real quick. Mandy sent us an email and she said, Jeff is channeling his best Regina George, saying losers sit on the bench.
He did say that, yeah. I was like going, losers?
Yep.
What the hell? I mean, I'm better than the losers that are already on the bench.
You can't sit with us!
Yeah.
Jamie gets the reference. Have you ever seen Mean Girls, Jack? That's from Mean Girls.
I've not seen Mean Girls, but I saw not another teen movie.
Well, the Regina George is
references have been on fire lately. Like,
seriously, there's been so many Mean Girls references lately.
Yes.
And Mandy actually offered you 2 tally points if you got that reference, but you didn't, so no tally points for you.
Mommy, can you put me to bed?
Hello. We've got Zachary here, who
Who are you?
truly thought went to bed an hour ago. You want to put this
where's
on
my
and say
candy,
hi?
kid? You owe me some candy.
Say hi?
You owe me some candy.
Hi.
You owe Papa some candy. Where's my candy?
No.
I want my candy.
Correct answer.
Here, you put this on you.
I want my candy.
You never get candy.
Speak into the mic closer.
You never get candy.
I'm gonna come get the candy tonight when you're sleeping.
I'm going to steal all of your candy.
No, you're not.
Yes,
You're
I
stealing my
am.
candy.
Yes,
Nope,
yes,
nope,
yes, yes, yes.
Nope.
So,
nope,
Zachary,
nope.
what did you think about tonight's episode of Survivor? Speaking to the mic.
mic.
You thought James was going home.
A roller coaster?
A roller coaster? It was like a roller coaster of an
Hey,
episode.
can I ask Zach a question? Zach, can I ask you a question? When did you
Yes.
start working for Scotch tape?
What?
When did you start working for Scotch tape?
Ugh, my God.
Why?
Because you guys have tape literally everywhere all over this house.
Oh, yeah.
No, your pajamas are the old Scotch tape logo.
Oh. These
It's
are
an old Saturday Night Live. They used to have a thing where it was in
these
the
are
mall with
Christmas
Scotch tape.
jammies.
Hey.
So Elena says hi, and she'll see you next week.
Hi.
I guess we should talk about now real quick that Zachary and hopefully Papa and Elena and I are going to hopefully attend a watch party that Jesse is throwing next week in Durham. So so if that all works out, we'll be recording on Thursday instead of Wednesday. Do not whistle into the microphone. I will cut you off so fast. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. Mama's not kidding. Stop. No, seriously.
Dude.
Nobody wants to hear the whistling.
Yes.
So in the chat, they want you to pick for Papa who is going to go home next week.
Go. You got to be better than the last person
James.
to pick for me.
You think James is going home?
I'm just going to pick James for no reason.
That's my kind of roll of the dice, kid.
All right, I'm going with James.
All right, let's
Sounds
finish this email, and then we will go into the pick the votes. And why are you awake?
Because nobody put me to bed.
You're 8 years old. You should be able to put yourself to bed.
Did your bed move?
No.
You know what? If you go look right now, there's a hidden immunity idol in it. So there you go.
Oh.
Your mama went to bed by now.
Okay.
Oh.
Don't be talking about my mama that way.
Sick burn.
Do you, Jamie's daughter shares a birthday with you? Her
Same
birthday's the day
birthday.
before you? Same exact year?
Okay.
You were born right after she was born.
Yeah.
Just hours.
Hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you're younger.
By like hours.
Okay.
Okay. Now you be quiet. I'm gonna finish reading this email, and you will talk when I prompt you in.
What email?
Okay. So Mandy continues. Well, that was an interesting end to the immunity challenge. It's nice the stories told didn't end up on the cutting room floor. I can't keep straight who has advantages before the shell game of advantages. Yes, I know, right? Hot potato, man.
Hot potato.
And then, wow, did Dwight very slyly give Janine her advantage back? I think we have actually talked about this earlier where
Dwight got out.
but remember Janine, they were all handing each other the idols in case James asked them, do you have an idol? That way he wouldn't know who really had it.
You should have done it before the vote.
Yeah. So Dwight had Janine's idol and he went home. So she might have lost her idol because he went home, got voted out and didn't give it back to her.
Janine's game's been blown up the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Woo!
In bad ways.
Beep.
So okay, we're gonna get into
Go to bed.
Yeah, you should go to sleep, but
Never.
he's not going to. So, all right, we're gonna get into some of the picks. If
Mommy,
anybody has any questions for an
Can I sit
8-year-old,
in your chair?
no, you're young. You can stand up.
But I don't like sitting.
Where's your dad?
He's doing Andor on Geek Dad Life, so he's YouTubing
No.
right now. So we were doing this at 9:15, and Jay
Mommy,
was
I
doing
can't
his
get this
thing
on.
his thing at 9:30, and apparently, because it's the wrong year. So apparently he must have just turned Alex's light off, and then Alex went to bed, and then was like, "You're on your own, Zach. Did Daddy turn your light off for you? What? How are you here?"
I've been playing in my room, reading, and I played Go Fish
Good
with
good.
Creepy and Retied.
You played Go Fish with your stuffed animal?
Oh. And
you only tied?
Mm-hmm.
You're terrible at Go Fish.
No,
Terrible.
I am not.
Well, it's kind of bad. But you know what?
It's because I could see his cards.
And you still couldn't win?
So you saw your stuffed animal's cards, but you lost.
We tied, bro.
Can I play poker with you?
I don't even know how to play poker.
Clearly.
It's easy. I'll teach you. Just bring your piggy bank.
All right. Yeah. Don't listen to Papa.
Are those the people that are...
That's who we voted. Just listen. Okay.
That's how many Mommy has won.
I had Noelle last week.
Shh.
What was I thinking?
Okay. So we all... Shh. This is where you be quiet or Mommy gets mad. Okay. So we all had Dwight making the merge. So everybody gets a point for Dwight. Hold on. So that means Jamie has 3. Jack and I both have 5. There we go.
Hey, I said week 2 Dwight was going home. Do I get a
You
point
said, so we've all actually had Dwight at various points. None of us had him this week, though. So, YOLO. There we go. Elena had picked for you Dwight was going home last week.
Why did I just stick with that pick?
She was ahead of her time.
I must have been drunk.
You probably were. You were on a cruise at that point. Or you were in the emergency room. Either or. That's a story for the Ramblecast. You can all listen there. I know this story. Spoiler. I know it. I was there, not in the emergency room, but I've heard it. Okay.
It's been 5 minutes since I got here.
Oh, cool. You can tell time. All right. Moving on. Who do we think is going home next week?
Mommy. Can you put my name on there?
No, you're going to vote for Papa.
Mommy said I'm going to vote for Papa.
No, only if Papa says you can.
You can vote for me.
Yay!
Okay. Well, then, who do you think is going home? Think about it realistically.
I know.
Okay, who?
James.
Papa, do you think James might be going home next week?
It's almost been a minute already.
I don't think Papa likes your pick.
What?
Who do you pick?
He picked James.
I
You gotta move closer to the mic.
I picked James.
All right. I've been really crappy the last couple weeks, so I'm gonna go with James.
It's been a minute already.
It's almost like I haven't watched Survivor ever.
Miami Mike says
lately.
So Mike says in the chat, Zach needs to step up his strategy game before he plays Survivor.
I've never played Papa.
And no. Oh, you're reading Elena's comment. Elena's comment says, what does that say? Go ahead.
I can beat Papa on Battleship.
Well, read the question.
Zach can play...
Look, Ken.
Can Papa play Battleship?
Well.
Makes no sense.
Can you play Battleship?
Yes.
Can you beat him in Battleship?
Yes.
But you beat Elena in Battleship.
Yes. I beat her 5 times.
Yes, he talks about that still.
But you can't beat a stuffed animal and Go Fish.
Oh, but that's true. You couldn't beat Creepy. And Creepy is... So for context here, Zachary, for his 5th birthday, got the Creeper stuffed animal.
No, it was last year's birthday.
No, it was 2020. It was during the pandemic.
No.
So maybe it was your 6th
It was when
birthday.
I turned 7.
Anyway, for his birthday one year,
That was a year
he got
ago.
a stuffed animal Creeper from Minecraft.
And he's only 1 year old.
And he calls him Creepy. He was never a stuffed animal kid. He never slept with stuffed animals before he got this Creeper, and now all of a sudden,
No, I did.
You didn't.
Teddy.
But you didn't sleep with Teddy. You didn't want anything to do with the other stuffed animals before you got creepy, and then all of a sudden you were a stuffed animal kid?
Because I love stuffed animals now.
Okay. Anyway, so Scott says, it pains me to say this, but I like Jamie's pick. Then again, I see the logic in Colleen's pick, which means Zach will probably be correct. I didn't pick, though. What? We're talking about last week's.
Wait, what?
Shh, just be quiet. You don't always have to talk. It's podcasting lesson 101. It took me like 10 years of podcasting to learn this. You can sometimes listen to other people first. It's okay. Okay. Let's land this ship because we're just going places. Oh, I guess this is
It's going all over the land.
all over the place. All right. Jack has James. Jamie, who do you want to go with?
I'm battling. You know what? I'm going to switch it up. I think I'm going to take it off of Ryan, and I'm going to put it on Noelle.
Okay. I think that's actually a great choice. Although I am somewhat stymied by, I'm somewhat like pumped up by Scott.
Who's Scott?
Yeah. Do you think if Noelle has if the next immunity challenge is like, an endurance? I think Noelle's going to be able to hang in there, but it might not be because this bucket was sort of an endurance too.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Noelle.
You're saying like a standing one?
I don't know. Scott kind of has me like wanting to go with Ryan now. I'm not gonna lie.
For it. He is a good candidate still. He's he could.
But I really like Ryan. I feel like he's not rocking.
It doesn't seem like he's in anybody's alliance.
Exactly, but he's also doesn't seem like he's rocking the boat in any way either.
But his name came up in tribals, so he might start rocking the boat.
Very true. I also, again, think that Janine could be in trouble because if Dwight went home with her idol, she's open. And it doesn't seem like she also has any, like, alliance that she's set with.
Yeah. Also, when everyone says you're safe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Mommy, I want to sit. My legs are hurting.
Oh, okay. So you go sit down over there. And I'm going to finish the podcast.
Hurting. Everybody.
No, I'm staying here until it ends.
Yeah. Fine. All right. I'm going to be the older person and the mother.
I win.
And you can sit and I will stand for the rest of the show.
Can we
I apologize, everybody. Zachary, we're going to finish this now, okay? So, hush.
Get on board, man.
Get on board. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You know what? Honestly, I also kind of want to go with Noelle because I feel like Noelle is a really good pick. So
I think that's going to be the one people are kind of going to go after. Like maybe Jesse, but definitely Noelle.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Noelle as well. So we've got Jamie's got Noelle. Jack has James / Zach. The Axe have James. And I also have Noelle. And I guess
unless people figure out who's actually running the show.
Yeah.
I don't know because I think at this point it could be
Okay.
At this point it could actually be Jesse or Carla that people come after if they think that.
Yeah.
But I love Carla and I love Jesse, so I do hope that our final 3 is made with them.
Okay.
Same.
Elena says Noelle was my pick for this week. So if I'm off by 1 week, 2 weeks in a row, you're welcome. If only we awarded half points for that.
Mommy, I want to put that comment.
So, anyway, thank you all for listening. Thank you everybody that emailed in, aka Mandy. I'm giving Jack the chance to say Mandy.
Mandy! I'm not required to say it twice.
Do it twice.
As of right now, we are anticipating recording next Thursday live. I think the time is to be determined, but pay attention to this feed. It'll probably be either 8 or 9 p.m., pending on whether Jack has to record a Ramblecast episode or not. But hopefully Jack and Zachary and Elena and I will be at Jesse's watch party next week, and we can report back any fun things that happen. And if for some reason we can't do it next week, we'll do it the week after. It's all good.
We'll get it figured out. Zach, I'm going to need you to ask all of the questions in my stead since I can't be there, okay?
Okay, so Jamie's going to send you some questions. And do you think that you can answer those questions? Or you can ask Jessie questions? The ones she's going to send you?
Yeah.
What questions? I can't remember.
Well, she hasn't asked them yet. She's going to send them to us.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
There's a good chance they'll answer you far sooner than any of the grown-ups around. So use it to your advantage. You gotta be like Sammy in this game and use the youth to your advantage.
Yeah, you're gonna go out there and be like, I'm 12.
I'm 12.
Jinx.
Yes.
But if you're gonna say you're 12, don't bring up losing fish to the stuffed animal.
Yeah, please don't be like I played my Minecraft toy and Go Fish. I lost.
It was fun, actually.
I love you. All right. On that note, everybody, am I forgetting anything? I think we're good.
Thank the patrons.
Thank you, patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, and that would be Eckhart Rickner, Dak from Tokyo, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, and Ed?
The creepy mailman. The creepy poopy mailman.
There you go. Thank you all so much. We appreciate it. If you have any, would like to give us any feedback, you can email us SurvivorJJC@gmail.com. We really do like getting feedback as well.
Beep, 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 beep.
This is Zachary's first primetime podcast, as you can tell.
Woo!
He takes after his mom. We're both very ADHD.
What is that?
We don't focus very well. Basically, we were the people that cry out squirrel at everything.
Squirrel!
Yeah.
My kind of people.
Yep. Jamie, too.
For reals.
Papa's a professional. He's been doing this for so long that he stays focused. He knows what he's doing.
Hey, Papa, knock.
It's all those ref years.
Papa, Joe.
Joe who?
Yo, Mama. Oh.
Don't be talking about my mama that way.
Knock, knock.
I don't know if I can handle another one. Who's there?
Yo.
Yo who?
Yo, Mama. Oh.
Okay, we're done now.
Stick with the hits. Stick with the hits.
Zachary's going upstairs and he's going to bed.
Never.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you for sticking around. It was really great to see everybody in the chat.
Thanks, chat people.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. On that note, my name is Colleen.
Zachary.
I am the Jamie and the Zach. Zach, say who you are. Say it. I stepped over you. Loud.
What's your name? Say, my name is Zachary.
My name is Zachary.
Or soft and sweet. I'm Jamie.
It makes no sense.
That's literally her name.
It is.
It's literally what they call me.
And that's Papa.
Bye,
I'm your
Poopy
mama.
Papa.
What?
Your name is now Piscetti.
Steady.
All right.
Bye, Pasta Papa dash Poopy Papa.
Bye, Zacharoni and cheese.
Bye, Poopy Papa.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks again. We'll hopefully talk to you next week.
See you next week.
Planning on Thursday, but it may be Wednesday. We'll see. All right.
Maybe Thursday.
Pay attention. All right. Good night, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.